girl. You actually love her back. And even though you don't want to watch this bullshit, it's like this is my girl. I like her. She likes my company. It's okay to be a nice person and not feel like you can only be a good person unless you got total control and authority over somebody. If your person loves you, they're going to listen to you. If your person appreciates and respects you, they're going to follow whatever leadership that you have. If your leadership and whatever it is that you're controlling is beneficial for both people in the relationship, and she honors you, she's going to follow that. So it's like if you're a solid dude and you know what you're leading yourself down the right road, you're respecting this woman, she ain't gonna have no problem falling under your rule
That's
or
not true.
your control or whatever
That's
you want
not
it
true,
to be.
Josh.
But you shouldn't have to like
That's not
you
true.
shouldn't have to feel like in order for you to show up as a man, you gotta put your foot on a woman's neck. I just
Thank
don't
you.
agree.
I'm glad.
You
Wait,
just-
I'm glad she said that. Hold on. Listen
She
to what
said
she
it.
just said.
You just
You hear
said
what
it.
she just
Oh
said?
my God. You just said it.
You think that the only way you can show up as a man, what do you mean when you say show up as a man?
So
Good
what I'm
question.
hearing is that if I provide, I need full control. So when you provide, you're saying you pretty much provide financially, correct?
No.
She said it.
Do you realize that the expectation that you just expressed is an obligation of us that we don't have control over?
What was the expectation that I expressed? Repeat it back to me. What was my expectation?
This is what you said verbatim. You said men feel like the only way they can show up as a man is if they have total control.
Okay.
You said that, right?
That's what it sounds like sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even though you are in the woman's position, which is the secondary position, and you
Why
feel
is it
like
secondary?
I'm describing what you're talking about. You're talking about a man being in control. If he's in control, that puts the woman in the secondary position, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
So
under him. He's taking all of her choice away. He
okay.
controls.
So this is the context of the conversation.
Okay.
So even if the woman is in the secondary position, the expectation she has of him,
Mariam, she has
to protect, to do all of these things, those are obligations, right?
Well, yeah, if you're going to control me, you definitely have to.
Let's put that to the side for a second. Let's put the control aside.
That's why he's controlling me, because he is providing, right?
But let's put that to the side for a second. We can get to that in a second. So the expectations that you just described, regardless of what woman a man gets with, from the moment a young man becomes an adult, is that not expected of him societally?
Yes. And that's why I think, and that is exactly why I think patriarchy hurts men a lot, because it puts too much pressure on y'all to do things that may not be to do things, not because you guys are more than capable of doing it, but it's like if you're not doing it to a certain caliber, there's all this pressure from society that's telling y'all are failing.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I disagree. I mean, I could have let her keep talking, but I disagree. Honestly, it's not even patriarchy. It's the women. Men make money for women. Men go to deaths for women. Men go to trips for women. You know, almost 99% of things men do is for women. If women woke up tomorrow and they said, hey guys, listen, we don't want your money no more. You don't have to take us to expensive dinner dates. You know, you don't have to buy the nice cars. You know, you don't need to buy us a house. Don't send us flowers. We don't need the expensive food. You know, Cheesecake Factory is okay. If women walk up tomorrow and set those expectations, men will fall in line, because most times everything a man does is because the women claim those are the things they want. So it's not the patriarchy.
Guess what? Here's the thing, because you can't pass the buck on that, because it's not just patriarchy that expects that of us. Y'all expect that of us.
Because of patriarchy.
No, we're not gonna do that.
No,
You're not. First of all, here's the thing. You can't.
Okay.
You can't. Check this out, Jazz. Check this out. I'm listening to everything you're saying, and I've been listening to you this whole time. And what you're doing is you're obfuscating, because at the end of the day, you cannot complain about you as a woman being able to have autonomy. You said a woman should be able to have autonomy, right?
I think women and men should have autonomy because it's inherent.
Well, let's address
We're human
women.
beings. No one gives us freedom. We have inherent freedom.
Okay, so
it wasn't right when they took your freedoms as men before the 13th Amendment. So why would you think it's right to take a woman's freedom just because she's a woman?
We don't gotta go into all of that. I'm asking you,
I mean,
Jazz, as a woman in the modern era, do you feel like you have autonomy and agency over yourself?
That's a yes.
At this time, yes.
Okay. Do you feel that most women nowadays have, because of the rights that women have, you have autonomy and agency over yourself?
Yep.
Well, it depends on what state you live in, because right now,
oh my God, no, there's no such thing as depends on what state. All states, women can do whatever they want to do. Because I know she's about to mention abortion. Yeah, do some states refuse abortion? Yeah, but you can still get on the bus, get on the plane, and go to a state where they allow abortion, get your abortion done, and go back to your state. So apart from abortion, everything else, women can do whatever they want to do in every single state. Whatever man can do, women can do. But she's trying to paint it. Let me see where she's going, because I didn't watch this part. But I hope she doesn't mention abortion, because that's the only thing that, you know, women's rights talk about.
Any type of emergency attention. If you're trying to give birth and there's something that happens, they're banning women for having those emergency procedures.
I'm not talking
based
about
on their
abortion.
Also, it does vary. I mean, men's rights don't vary from state to state, but women's are right now.
Men's rights do vary from state to state. Everybody's
Can
rights.
you name me one? Which
name you one?
Men's bodily rights are from state to state are depending
on bodily rights.
Yeah, like if something were to happen to you,
man can be drafted to go to war.
If you don't pay child support, you go to jail. If you don't get drafted, you go to jail. There's a bunch of
things. I haven't even lived to see the draft is something that, and not every man gets drafted. Not every man is able to get drafted because there are parameters around.
You hear me talking?
Hey, Jazz, did your hero Muhammad Ali literally? And I got you, man. I just want to make sure, Jazz, you are a black activist, like you support Muhammad Ali. Literally was going to go to jail because he didn't want to go to war. You should know better. You should know that.
I didn't say that.
No, Jazz, you don't have to reply. Jazz, you don't have to. Jazz, you don't have to reply. What I'm saying is that
going with the conversation. She's derailing.
I said not every man can be drafted.
It's not about, and not every state. Oh my.
Yo, first of all, it don't even matter about the draft.
And
I didn't watch, guys. Yesterday when I joined, I didn't watch the whole stream. Like I think I started at the 3 hour, maybe 10 Mac or something like that. You see how she picks and chooses what men are allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do when she's making up points? Because the same thing could be said about women. Not all states refuse abortion. So men, these guys could have easily said that. But now when it comes to men being drafted, she's saying not all men are drafted. Well, guess what? Not all states ban abortions. Because when she talked about women's rights, all she talked about was abortion. That in some states, clearly in some states, if you're going to say some men are not drafted, guess what? Some states don't ban abortion. That's equal.
That doesn't even happen. Y'all have never been drafted. Y'all haven't even lived to see your family members be drafted.
Because guess what? Basically, any man.
That's not even happening on a large scale, like wavering of women's rights.
He's not letting angry man talk.
No, but Jazz. Ali, please, 1 second. Jazz, you know why this conversation is so frustrating to us? Because you probably never was denied health care because you are a woman and you speak for women that get health care denied. You probably never was denied an abortion, but you keep talking about women that lose their bodily autonomy on certain because we're revoking certain rights. You are not going through most women's struggles, and you still go ahead and say, but look at these women's struggles. Another thing Remain is saying, most men might not go be directed or might not go to jail because they don't pay child support, but this can truly happen to a man and you can lose your bodily autonomy because you're not following the rules. You are replying with, but that doesn't happen to most men.
Okay, but the thing is though, Fatty, when was the last draft?
Okay. So
When
here's
was the
thing.
last
So here's
draft?
the thing. So here's
The
the thing.
draft is not
So
affecting
here's
y'all
the
in
thing.
this
I don't even
lifetime
have
at
to
all.
use the
But
draft
what
as
is
an
affecting
example
women
if she
in this
stops
lifetime
talking.
is our bodily autonomy and our rights.
I don't even have to use the
Subjugated
draft.
to people changing them
But-
based on their own beliefs that have nothing
No,
to
no,
do
no,
with
no.
what I'm saying. Everybody should have the right to choose what they want to do with their body. You don't have any bearing on another person's life, whether you agree with what they're doing or not. Y'all so pro-life, but but want to take away free lunches for schools for kids.
What are you
Y'all so
talking
pro-life, but
How did she move from abortion to free lunches for kids? Oh my God. Now, you guys know I went over there yesterday. I don't know, where was I don't know. It was like towards the end. I don't know if I should react to it. Maybe I should I'll react to it a different time. B Fiery says grown men still arguing with her. Hey, listen, man, we can't only talk to people that we agree with, right? Like this panel would, because yesterday it got heated. The only reason it got heated because every time Angry Man tried to talk, as you can see, she was cutting in. That's fair. But the thing is, we can't only talk to women who agree with us. And I even told Jazz this yesterday. I don't know if you guys watched the live when I put it on, that the reason I like Jazz is because I like women who disagree with men. Like I told her yesterday, number one, you guys get to see what type of mindset she has, and if that's like your kind of woman, then you see. If that's not your kind of woman, then you get to avoid her, right? Number two, it's good to have women like Jazz who disagree with you, because then you can use logic, or you can put your points across. You can defend your points. So if you're saying women are masculine, women are not feminine, well, here's Jazz. Tell her why women are not feminine. Like, it makes for good conversation. And we can't always agree. Like it gets boring to talk to people who just agree with everything you say. Just a little bit more, and then
This is the reason.
None of y'all are lining up.
This right here is the reason. This right here is the reason men of the past subjugated y'all and didn't want you to be part of any type of civil conversation.
And you're proud of
you
that.
don't know when to shut the fuck up.
So that's the way men were able to handle.
No.
That's the only way men are able to
Jazz,
handle
you're out of control. Hey, Jazz. Hey, Jazz. Jazz.
But the only way for you to understand women is if you put your hands on them and subjugate them.
Excuse me?
Hey, no. We are not going to do that. We're not going to do that. That's incredible, Jazz. That's incredible, Jazz.
Put it down.
That's so dangerous, Jazz. Jazz, why are you
the only way you know how to win a discussion is to villainize men.
All right, guys, I will stop it over there. I will react to the rest another time. I know some of you guys want to see what I told Jazz, so I'll show that real quick. I'll have to find it. Just give me 1 second.